Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for checking the video out. Today we have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover. So we're going to dive right into the first topic, which actually talks about Starfield. Specifically, we have Todd Howard saying that Xbox exclusivity is awesome, but he's now feeling the pressure to sell consoles, and he does specifically talk about the PS5 as well. So reading from VGC, says Todd Howard has discussed the benefits and challenges that come with being a first-party Xbox studio. In an interview with the Lex Friedman podcast, Howard said that Microsoft's $7.5 billion acquisition of Bethesda parent company ZeniMax Media has benefited development of Starfield, which will be released next year for Xbox and PC. However, he also said that he was feeling the pressure to deliver a system-selling title, which is a new responsibility for the Elder Scrolls and Fallout studio. Quote, "We've had a lot of success with the games that you talked about, but we've never been kind of the platform seller, the game for a platform for a period of time. And so there is a lot of pressure. There's a lot of responsibility there to make sure we deliver for everybody," end quote. Howard presented the first Starfield gameplay in a 15-minute reveal at the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase in June, shortly after the title had been delayed from this year to the first half of 2023. He told Friedman the decision to delay the game was a tough one, but it was the right thing to do, and that Bethesda was working with the top engineers at Xbox to make the game sing on consoles. Microsoft's acquisition of Bethesda was controversial because it means the studio's future games won't be released on PlayStation consoles. But Howard said the developer already had a history of releasing Xbox exclusive content dating back to 2002's The Elder Scrolls III Morrowind. Keep in mind that for us, that exclusivity is not unique. Even though we've done PlayStation stuff, and I think the PS5 is just an insane machine, they've done a great job, and we've had great success on PlayStation. We were traditionally a PC developer in the beginning. We transitioned to Xbox, and it became our lead platform. Like Morrowind's basically exclusive to Xbox. Oblivion was exclusive to Xbox for a long period of time. Skyrim DLC was exclusive, so we've done a lot of our initial stuff is all Xbox. So when we get into development and say we're focused on Xbox, it's not abnormal for us in any way. It's been kind of the norm, and from a development side, I like the ability to focus and have help from them. The top engineers at Xbox to say we are going to make this look incredible on the new system. From my standpoint, it's just awesome. So I thought that, you guys would be interested in hearing this because we have Todd Howard basically talking about going from making multi-platform titles, talking about Starfield, a game that was in development for PS5 and now shifting completely to just Xbox. I do think it is interesting that he mentions their history with Xbox. He says the PS5 is an awesome machine, so clearly he likes what Sony did there. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what Starfield does next year because, we've been saying here for a while that Starfield's going to have to be like a big system seller title for Xbox, and clearly that's the case because now we're even having Todd Howard come out and confirm that. So we'll see if they end up delivering. Next up, we're talking about Cyberpunk 2077 and how it's apparently going to be getting a Game of the Year edition. Reading from PlayStation Lifestyle, Cyberpunk 2077 is Game of the Year material, according to CD Projekt Red. Apparently, the company has plans to release a Game of the Year edition for the game, akin to what it released for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. It'll include the base game as well as the post-launch content, alongside all the massive updates the game received to fix the plethora of issues it was plagued with at launch. According to Polish site Stock Watch via Insider Gaming, the Game of the Year edition will launch as a full-priced product in 2023 after the release of the Phantom Liberty DLC. Interestingly, CD Projekt Red previously confirmed that Phantom Liberty will only be available on current-gen platforms, so it looks like the Cyberpunk 2077 Game of the Year edition will only release on current-gen consoles and PC. That's probably a good idea, though, considering the game was a hot mess on last-gen consoles. So there you go. Figured I would let you guys know about this. It seems like next year we're going to be getting a current-gen only Game of the Year edition for Cyberpunk 2077. Moving to the next topic, we're talking about SIFU reportedly getting a live-action film with John Wick's writer behind it. Reading from PlayStation Universe, according to a new report from Deadline, Slow Clap's action-packed martial arts title SIFU will be getting a live-action film with John Wick writer Derek Kolstad behind this project. Slow Clap has reportedly partnered with Story Kitchen for the film. as Kolstad takes on another video game to film or TV show project. We already know that Kolstad is behind an upcoming Streets of Rage film, and he'll be penning Ubisoft's Splinter Cell show. SIFU was already an incredibly cinematic game, and Slowclap recently released an update which allows players to meticulously edit replays of their gameplay and make a short film out of their smoothest takedowns. It's more than a suitable foundation for an action film, which is what it sounds like it'll be. John Wick meets M. Night Shyamalan is the current running description for the film. So, yeah, I have to say, I was not anticipating to be reading about a live-action SIFU film, but you know what? I actually am looking forward to this. I'm a little bit skeptical, obviously, as with every video game to, film or TV adaptation, but, I loved SIFU, and it's true it is a pretty cinematic game, so I think it could translate pretty well to a movie if it's done right. So I'll update you guys when we get more information. On to the next topic, though. We're talking briefly about Warframe on PlayStation 5. Reading from PlayStation Lifestyle, it says developer Digital Extremes has finally announced Warframe PS5 crossplay after 9 years since the launch of the game. PS5 and PS4 players will now be able to play missions with those on PC, Xbox Series consoles, and Xbox One, and even Nintendo Switch. While cross-platform play has been enabled, though cross-save functionality is still in development. According to the official FAQ on the game's website, Warframe cross-saves and cross-progression will be added at a later date once the full suite of cross-platform play features have been established. It's a good idea, really, since the developer should ensure that the servers can handle the new load of cross-platform play before adding cross-progression. Digital Extremes promises to keep the community updated on cross-platform saves as cross-play development and testing continues. So I'm not sure how many of you actually play Warframe, but I'd be curious to know. This game has been out for a long time now, and it's been available on PS5 for a while now. And even though it's a little bit late, I think it's nice that they're adding crossplay as well as some other features. So again, let me know down in the comments below if you are a Warframe player and how you feel about this update. The next topic talks about the Game Awards, and as we always see every year, Geoff Keighley is coming out and hyping up the show. This time he says he hasn't felt this good about a show in a while. Now, we know to take Geoff Keighley's comments with a pinch of salt. However, I will say that the Game Awards in particular is a very big show. I think it's easily the biggest show that Geoff Keighley puts on and hosts. So I'm more inclined to believe that, if he's saying good things about this show, they're more likely, I wouldn't say likely, but they're more likely to be true in this case than maybe other shows that he hosts throughout the year. So reading here from VGC, the Game Awards host and producer Geoff Keighley has talked up this year's event, telling fans, quote, "I haven't felt this good about a show in a while," end quote. The Game Awards 2022 will take place on Thursday, December 8th, and ahead of the event, Keighley held a Reddit AMA to answer fan questions. According to the host, this year's Game Awards will feature 30 to 40 games showing new content and a fair number of new game announcements. "I'm pretty excited," he wrote on Friday. "This year feels good. We have thousands of fans back with us, a really strong lineup of announcements and content, and a good show overall. So I am very excited. If everything holds and we can keep some surprises, it's going to be a very fun night. Haven't felt this good about a show in a while," end quote. He added, quote, "I don't think we have that many CG trailers. There are a couple that I remember, but generally a lot of gameplay," end quote. So this is what Geoff Keighley's saying about the Game Awards. And, maybe I'm just a sucker here, but I can't help but get kind of excited. I feel like it's a good sign when he's saying there's a lot of gameplay. I feel like last year's Game Awards was actually pretty good and had some very solid announcements. And we know that the goal with the Game Awards, considering it's, again, the biggest show that Geoff Keighley puts on, is to keep it growing year over year. And realistically, I think the only way he's going to do that is by making it so there are bigger and better and more exciting announcements year over year. Of course, that's a very difficult thing to do, but I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good. So hopefully I don't get burned. At the very least, it'll be exciting to see the showdown between Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok and, the other titles that are nominated. But I'm really hoping that we get some good announcements as well and really kind of end 2022 with a bang in a way. So let me know what you guys think about that. Moving on from that topic, we have a few different topics regarding the Callisto Protocol. The first one is not so good. Unfortunately, it seems that the publisher of the Callisto Protocol, their stock actually took a noticeable drop after the review scores started coming out. Reading from PlayStation Universe, Krafton, the South Korean company that owns Striking Distance Studios, has witnessed a noticeable dip in its stock on the Korea exchange today after the Callisto Protocol reviews landed in the mid-70s. Reviews were published an hour and a half before the Korean exchange close, with Krafton closing on its lowest price since November 11th at 8.41%. The Metacritic average for the PS5 version of the Callisto Protocol sits at a 76, while the Xbox Series and PC versions are sitting at a 75. So we have two more significant topics regarding the Callisto Protocol to cover, but before I dive into those, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge that it's looking like, this Metacritic score is not what investors were expecting. And frankly, I don't think many people were expecting this from the Callisto Protocol. I think people were definitely hoping for more and anticipating more. And I do want to let you guys know that I'm going to be doing an in-depth discussion and giving my thoughts and impressions on the Callisto Protocol tomorrow during the podcast. So if you're interested in that, be sure to tune in. I certainly have some things to say about it. But we have a roadmap of what to expect content-wise for the Callisto Protocol from PlayStation Lifestyle. A free Callisto Protocol update will add a hardcore mode and New Game Plus to the title, but you'll have to wait a little bit. Striking Distance Studios revealed a brief roadmap ahead of the game's launch, revealing that the aforementioned features will land in February of 2023. Fans aren't exactly pleased to hear this, considering the Callisto Protocol is a relatively short single-player game that may have benefited from New Game Plus at launch. The free update will release on February 7th, 2023 to be precise. Further information will be shared in due course. On the same day, the Callisto Protocol's Season Pass owners will get access to the Outer Way Skin Collection, followed by the Contagion Bundle in March, the Riot Bundle sometime in spring, and story content in summer of 2023. So it's nice to be getting this roadmap from a Striking Distance studio. I do think it is a little bit unfortunate that they weren't able to have New Game Plus ready by the launch of this game. I think that would have benefited it pretty significantly, but still, it's nice to know that it's coming. So let me know if you're interested in any of this post-release content. But the final topic regarding the Callisto Protocol is a really interesting one, and I think a big reason why maybe some of the reviews for this game are just not looking too good. Apparently, the Callisto Protocol PS5 performance beats PC and Xbox. In a surprising turn of events, the Callisto Protocol PS5 performance is better than both PC and Xbox. The non-PlayStation consoles suffer from a number of issues that lead to suboptimal gameplay experiences, at least on launch day. According to Digital Foundry's extensive testing, which included the patches available on launch day, the PS5 version is, quote, a simply brilliant game and a proper technical showcase, end quote. The Xbox Series X version, on the other hand, doesn't have ray-traced reflections, which the PS5 does, and suffers huge frame rate drops in the quality mode. Those expecting PC to top the table thanks to higher-end configurations will be surprised to learn that the stuttering problems on the day one PC experience are unbelievably bad. For now, it looks like the PS5 is the best bet for enjoying the smoothest possible Callisto Protocol experience. Poor performance, especially on PC, has resulted in the game being hammered in user reviews. So yeah, this is kind of surprising. I did see a lot of people pointing out that this is because Sony helped with this game, and we've been talking about how there have been certain individuals from Sony, from their visual arts team, as well as Malaysia. I don't think that has anything to do with this, however, simply because those group of developers were helping specifically with cinematics, and they were being paid to do this. They were essentially rented out. This isn't like a situation where Sony sent in, a team of engineers to make sure this game can run properly. I mean, there's a chance they could have, We don't know for sure, but it's extremely unlikely that Sony would have dedicated resources to do something like that. But yeah, I think one of the most interesting things here is the fact that we are looking at full ray tracing on the PS5 version and no ray tracing whatsoever on the Series X version. That is quite surprising. That's on top of having a more stable frame rate. Now, it's pretty clear that this is likely due to poor optimization, but you also do have to wonder, because if you watch this Digital Foundry analysis, one of the things they do highlight is that this is one of the most graphic intensive Unreal Engine games that they've ever seen. I mean, if there's one thing that people are saying about the Callisto Protocol is on a technical level, it's doing some really, really impressive things, especially with ray tracing. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I do think it's pretty interesting that the PS5 is apparently running this game with pretty much no issues in the quality mode, and the same just simply can't be said for other platforms. So we'll have to see. Assuming that it's poor optimization, there will be updates that will fix this, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you did find it informative. If you did, make sure you leave it a like. If you are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.